Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist who was formerly a doctor saying that losing weight will not help your diabetes. I'm speaking, of course, about the FatDoctorUK, who is no longer a doctor. We're also going to be taking a look at a few bonus clips from this same creator, including one where they say obesity does not cause fatigue, and another one where they say weight stigma actually causes inflammation. So be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
I'm about to say something very radical, probably not something you've ever heard before, but I have the evidence to back this up. Intentional weight loss is actually bad for diabetes.
The hell you say? Go on.
Yes, you heard me right. It is bad in the long term for your diabetes. And here's why. Type 2 diabetes is primarily caused by insulin resistance, especially at the beginning of the condition.
And what causes that?
Weight cycling has been shown to worsen insulin resistance over time in a number of different ways. And in addition, it also causes chronic inflammation, it increases stress levels, it impacts your hormones.
Yeah, obesity does all that.
Etc., etc. So weight cycling is not good for you.
The term weight cycling isn't really a medical term. It doesn't really mean anything. Weight cycling is bad for you. Oh, you mean to lose weight and then to gain weight back? I would say the gaining weight is the part that's bad for you if you were previously at a normal weight. It wasn't the losing weight part, it was the gaining it back. Because being obese is bad for us, right? Also, everything this person is saying about weight loss and diabetes is wrong. Losing weight helps your diabetes. According to Johns Hopkins University, extra weight is a problem if you have diabetes. People with type 1 can gain weight with some types of insulin treatment called intensive insulin therapy. A large number of those who have type 2 are overweight or obese. Extra weight makes you more likely to get diabetes in the first place. And if you have diabetes, extra weight makes you more likely to get coronary heart disease, high blood pressure, so weight loss has huge benefits. If you have type 2, losing weight also has benefits. Losing just 5% of your weight can improve your blood sugar. Weight loss can also help your body use its own insulin better, reduce your need for medicine to treat your diabetes, improve your cholesterol, reduce your risk for heart disease, and lower your blood pressure. It's honestly completely insane that this person was ever a doctor to begin with.
It is especially not good for you if you're a type 2 diabetic, because you don't want any of those things to happen.
So it's the weight cycling that's bad for me, not the coronary heart disease or the high blood pressure. Thank you.
And since intentional weight loss almost always results in weight cycling, that's why you shouldn't do it.
Okay, well, I would recommend not doing it that way. I would recommend keeping it off. It's hilarious that you think putting the weight back on is inevitable. I love it when people can't see the world past their own experience, so they paint the world with this bizarre-ass brush and tell everybody all about their personal issues. Now, we all know when you try to lose weight, you're just going to gain it back, and then you're going to feel like a failure, and then you're going to spend the next week crying in the corner. Like, is that what you did? Because it sounds like you're projecting. Another one of my favorite thing about these spiels where people are talking about how all this stuff is impossible is the fact that there are countless people that have accomplished this, right? My comments are full of people that are like, actually, I lost the weight and I've kept it off for 20 years now. These fat activists always ignore all of those comments. No. 99.99999% of people fail. All right, man, whatever makes you feel better. Next. All right, now this one is titled, You're Not Tired Because of Your Weight.
Oh, the irony of me recording this reel whilst I'm still recovering from my first upper respiratory tract infection of the school year.
Oh yeah, this person has a small child that is in school. Just going to let that sink in there for a minute. You and I are just going to look at each other uncomfortably while we let that information soak into our brains. Okay, let's continue.
But I'm going to record it anyway because I have a masterclass coming up on the 3rd of September, I think it is. More details to follow, but my masterclass is entitled, Why Am I Tired All the Time?
My masterclass is called, Why Am I Tired All the Time? Man, the requirements to have a masterclass are pretty loose, huh? And by the way, I'm a little sick myself here, so... My child also brought illness home.
And I have heard over the last few weeks several people allude to the fact that they are tired all the time because of the quote-unquote excess weight that they're carrying. No.
No. So excess weight is not more difficult to carry. Carrying a 50-pound dumbbell is just as easy as carrying a 5-pound dumbbell. What? I make this comparison all the time, but grab a couple dumbbells in your hand and go walk around. Let's say a 25-pound dumbbell in each hand for a total of 50 pounds of weight that you're carrying around. That's not even a lot of excess weight compared to how much some people are carrying around. I was carrying around 60 back when I was larger. So obviously gravity is real. And anybody that's ever used their own arms to pick up something off the ground or to pick up anything knows that it takes effort to pick things up. And the more that something weighs, the more effort is required to pick it up.
No, that's not it. There are many reasons why you might be tired all the time, but being fat or having gained weight is not one of them.
I would argue it's not just the weight, but also the crappy diet that led to your weight that's also making you tired.
Fatigue is one of those symptoms that doctors just don't take seriously, even though it's often like an early warning sign that something else is going on.
They don't take fatigue seriously.
And needs to be addressed. So let's spend the next few days talking about fatigue.
All right, so once again, this person is shilling their masterclass. I would love so much to pay for that and go watch it. I think they're going to teach you how all of your life's problems are not all of your problems, but somebody else's fault. And there's literally nothing that we can do about it. Thanks, Doc. How much do I owe you? Literally, what is the point of any of these classes? Next. You don't have to be strong or fit or athletic in order for your body to have a purpose. You can be soft, too.
It's hard to not have a purpose for your body at times. And I think as women, our bodies sometimes are looked at as just objects, something to
It's hard to not have a purpose for your body?
be looked at, to objectified.
Here's the thing. You don't have to be strong in order for your body to have a purpose.
Okay, thank you, I guess.
You don't have to be fit or athletic in order for you to be more than just a possession or an object that can be viewed through the male gaze.
I told you before, man, leave the male gaze out of this, all right? They wanted no part of this conversation.
I know a lot of people who follow me have accepted that actually, you know, we don't have to perform for society. We don't have to perform for men.
I wasn't asking you to, personally. I don't think anybody else was either. We don't have to perform for men? Oh, thank God. Oh, I've been over here performing for men this whole time. Jesus, help me. What a weird-ass conversation this is.
Which is great, but you don't have to be strong in order to do that. You can be soft too.
Okay. Can we be strong, though, if we want? I know that we don't want to take care of our diabetes or our fatigue, but can we try to get stronger at least, or that's not allowed either? No, we have to be soft, we have to be tired, and we have to be diabetic. Damn it! Dang it!
You could be squidgy and still feel good in your body.
We can try to lose weight and fail and not become a bitter nutcase also. For those that don't know, the Fat Doctor UK actually previously went on a weight loss journey and failed and then became this fat positive doctor. Kiana Doherty made a video on this a long time ago. It's a really good video. That origin story explains freaking everything, man. Alright, and that was the end of that clip. Alright, so I could be squishy and still be worthy or whatever. Next.
I remember being in the kind of throes of chronic burnout. My GP had just diagnosed me with depression, severe depression and anxiety. I had 2 sick kids. We'd just come out of our, third coronavirus lockdown, second one, third one, I can't remember now. And my doctor said to me, have you tried going for long walks?
And then you uppercut them immediately, right? Yeah, so I've been having a lot of depression, anxiety, and I've got basically nothing but complaints about every single goddamn thing on this entire planet. What can you do for me, Doc? Have you ever considered going for a long walk? You know, they say that exercise actually helps with depression, releases dopamine and all these feel-good chemicals in the brain. If that ain't the dumbest shit that I have ever heard in my goddamn life, what the What? Are you a literal moron, bro? Exercise releases feel-good chemical. What the fuck is that supposed to mean, you idiot? By the way, what's that on your shirt, Doc? All right, you don't have to get all bitter and aggressive. It's been well established that exercise helps with depression because of X, Y, and Z. Wait, what? What's that on my shirt? I don't know. Why not just go ahead and slowly look down at it? And don't you ever try to recommend simple lifestyle changes that could benefit me.
Don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against going for long walks. It's just...
You got an angry look on your face. That's the I am opposed to going for a long walk face.
Don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against going for long walks. It's just, how was that supposed to help me in the moment?
We go for that walk now.
She also had a lot to say about my diet, and she told me I needed to lose weight and do some exercise.
So there's actually some good doctors over there. They told you to exercise, get your diet in order, lose weight. Okay, that sounds like a damn good doctor.
Get some abs. Doctors are weird.
Yeah, they never told you to get abs. Let's go back and hear that bizarre little lie that you threw in there for literally no reason.
Diet, and she told me I needed to lose weight and do some exercise, get some abs.
No, she didn't tell you to get some abs. There's never been a doctor that was making these very sane and simple lifestyle change recommendations and then also threw in, get some abs.
Doctors are weird. I remember being so incredibly exhausted.
Dude. And it's got nothing to do with the way that we eat or exercise.
At the time, I desperately needed someone to help me in that moment.
How? She gave you the best advice she could ever give you. What did you want? Actually, do you think you could give me some kind of drugs that'll put a little pep in my step? Like, was that what you wanted? What do you want?
And let me tell you, that was not it.
Okay. Real weird, man. Like I said, it sounds like you had a really good doctor, actually. They were tackling the root cause of your issues. That's a good doctor. Unlike some other doctors who will remain nameless, who lost their medical license for spreading harmful medical misinformation, who may or may not be in this room with us right now. Next. How to avoid chronic low-grade inflammation.
When it comes to
Gain a couple 100 pounds. That's how.
your health, one of the main things you want to avoid is chronic low-grade inflammation. It's associated with a number of health conditions, including cardiovascular health conditions, including cancer, including all sorts of degenerative and autoimmune conditions. So it's bad for you and you want to avoid it at all costs.
Okay. Does obesity cause inflammation, doctor?
There's lots of reasons why people would get chronic low-grade inflammation, and one of the main reasons cited is quote-unquote obesity.
Okay, I have heard that. And from what I've seen, a lot of people that are very obese do appear to be inflamed and in constant agony.
But there's really no evidence that being fat itself causes chronic inflammation.
Okay. Actually, as a risk factor, obesity predisposes to a pro-inflammatory state via increased inflammatory mediators. Obesity induces cell death and inflammation in the adipose tissue. Losing weight is the most effective way to turn off the chronic inflammation switch, but significant changes need to be made. If trying to reduce inflammation, a number of dietary changes can be made. Okay, so a couple of quick Google searches taught me that obesity does cause inflammation, and a way to reduce inflammation is to lose weight and adjust your diet.
Weight stigma, on the other hand, does cause chronic inflammation.
What?
As does stress. As does weight cycling.
Okay, so weight stigma, stress, and weight cycling cause inflammation. You keep referring to weight cycling.
And since dieting leads to yo-yo dieting almost inevitably in fat people, that's one thing you can absolutely do right now. Stop dieting.
Okay, so even though my inflammation is being caused by my obesity, the way to cure it is to stop dieting. Because if you do try to lose the weight, you will definitely gain it back anyway, So basically, everything that this person just said is an inversion of reality. They said losing weight is bad for diabetes when it's actually good for diabetes. They said obesity does not cause inflammation, which is very much not true. And then they tried to blame inflammation on weight stigma and trying to lose weight. So obviously I disagree with all of the aforementioned. The FatDoctorUK is one of the most bitter people that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's completely insane to me that this person is selling a masterclass where they delude other larger people into believing that all of the things in their own life are not their own fault and there's nothing that they can do about it. So what do you think of the clips that we just saw? Is it bad for your diabetes to try to lose weight? Does obesity not cause inflammation? And is weight stigma more inflaming than obesity itself? Leave a comment below. Happy Thursday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.